Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So hopefully when this video goes up it'll be the 10th of July, which means that it's my 1 year anniversary on YouTube. I've been meaning to make a video like this for a while, but I decided I'd just save it for now as a way to reflect on this past year and the changes my channel has gone through. With that out of the way, let's get into the video. 1. I feel like Pristin V will break off from the rest of Pristin. Yet I don't think I need to explain this one. This opinion aged horribly. R.I.P. Pristin V. You will always hold a special place in my heart. 2. This isn't unpopular, but for the last fucking time Twice don't need to change their concept. Okay, so I still agree with this one to an extent, but I wanted to change it a little. Twice do not need to make any changes to their concept, but I would like to see more versatility in their B-sides and special stages. In my opinion, versatility is an important part of being a talented idol, and while I don't necessarily mean a girl crush title track, I want to see them play around more with their singles and B-sides. They are already doing a good job of that with the release of Fancy and Breakthrough. 3. Red Velvet have stage presence. This one I still agree with, but I wanted to add some things. I think that in the past Wendy and Seulrene were the only members that really caught my eye during stages. But ever since Zimzalabim, all of the members have improved in their stage presence greatly, especially Joy. I think that other members like Irene and Yeri could use some improvement though. 4. Blackpink were never that great. So I'm a clown. Blackpink were actually extremely promising when they debuted. They had a concept international fans loved, a western sound, and they were YG's first girl group since 21. And with the energy they showed in their debut stages and their sound, people obviously had high expectations for them. Do I agree that they are on the same level as they were when they debuted? No. But I acknowledge that they were exactly what a lot of people were looking for at the time they debuted. 5. Yeju from gfriend, Wendy from Red Velvet, Yoonwoo from Pristin, Chu from Loona, and Ha Young from Fromis 9 are the best main female vocalists out there right now. You know, the only vocalists I'd keep are Wendy and Yeju, and I would add Yoonji from Pink to the list. I still think the other vocalists I listed are good, but Wendy, Yeju, and Yoonji have proven that they can sing live and they lip sync the least out of the ones I listed. Now on to some new opinions. 1. K-pop companies are really good at training their idols in dance, but when it comes to vocals most of them are average to below average. With the 4th generation of K-pop starting to emerge, it's surprising to me how many of these groups lip sync. A lot of the main vocalists in 4th gen groups would be vocalists or sub-vocalists in 3rd or 2nd gen groups. Granted, these groups are really good at dancing and performing, but there are very few 4th gen groups who have good vocalists. 2. Unpopular K-pop opinions will never die. You want to know why unpopular K-pop opinion videos are still a thing? Because until you'll learn what an opinion is, people will never feel safe voicing their criticism of a group, idol, or K-pop in general. If you want the trend to stop, you need to learn how to accept other people's opinions and learn not to take every criticism made towards your alt group as a personal attack. 3. K-pop has never, and will never be that deep. Now I recognize that most K-pop stans are young. Most of you are 12 to 15 years old, and I understand that a lot of you are going through that phase where you think your alts are on the same level as God himself and you'd murder anyone who have anything less that perfect to say about them. But some of you'll need to understand stan Twitter is not everything. K-pop is not everything. And getting into fights daily over who's the king of K-pop is dumb and exhausting. Learn to stop investing yourselves so much in idols. 4. Only liking BTS is not a flex. I'm an army, but I'm also a multi, and it genuinely makes me want to roll my eyes right out of my sockets when I see armies on Twitter flexing that they only listen to BTS and that the rest of K-pop is quote unquote disappointing and manufactured. K-pop is an industry and it's literally impossible for you to hate every single K-pop song. If you find yourself unable to get into any other group aside from BTS, that's fine. But deliberately avoiding standing other groups because you want to flex your big galaxy brain on all of us, you're just dumb. You're not betraying BTS by standing other groups, and your music taste isn't better than the rest of us. 5. The amount of diets out there promising that you'll look like a K-pop idol and the amount of young girls who aspire to have bodies like their favorite idols is unnerving. I personally find very few idols I would ever want to have a similar body type to, because most idols are just so fucking skinny. If you didn't know, In order to debut under most companies you have to weigh under 110 pounds regardless of height. This is extremely unhealthy, especially for taller idols like Chewie from Twice, Roa from Pristin, etc. There is a different weight that is considered healthy for different heights, and it's unhealthy and extremely unrealistic for an idol who's 5'8" to weigh the same as an idol who is 5'1". Also, it turns me off even more knowing that a lot of these girls went from having nice fuller figures to being literal skin and bones. There are so many idols who had amazing bodies prior to debut who are now stick thin and it bothers me. 6. I do not see any of the girls from Pristin being successful in the future, as much as I want them to be successful. Pledis fucked the girls over so hard. Pristin will forever be known as a quote-unquote failed group, and members like Na Young and Kyle Kyung, who have already been into groups, are seen as quote-unquote overused. Plus Kyla said on her Instagram story that she could never see herself in another group and training was so difficult that she's not sure she wants to go through with it again, and I'm sure the other girls feel the same. 7. Irene is actually a good rapper. A lot of people think that because Irene doesn't rap hard and fast like Soyeon or Yeon that she's a weak rapper, but she's one of the only idols who can pull off softer and slower paced raps like in Would You or Rebirth. Also, a lot of y'all think you're a rap connoisseur just because you like K-pop, and it honestly makes me laugh. Most of you didn't even like rap or hip hop until you got into K-pop and now you act like you know everything about it. Save it and go stream Zimzalabim. 8. Persona was a weak album. I am someone who will always prefer BTS's older music, but I actually loved the Love Yourself series, and my expectations were high with this comeback when Big Hit dropped the Persona MV. But I don't listen to any of the B-sides except for Home and Dionysus. The reason I dislike Persona is not because it isn't their old sound but because it's just underwhelming. I hope their next comeback does them more justice. Hey, so that's all for this video. Thank you guys so much for an amazing year on YouTube. I love you all so much and I hope that you all will continue to support me in the future. Have a wonderful day or night. Bye.